From public enemy to restored reputation. There are people who carry such a bad reputation that it seems impossible to change. Everyone knows them as the bad guy, the greedy one, the cheater. Today's story is about one such person, Zacchaeus, the chief tax collector, the most hated man in Jericho. But he did something unexpected. He sought to change. His lesson isn't just about apologizing, but about practical repentance, how you restore your personal reputation through concrete action. Overcoming the barriers. Zacchaeus faced two major barriers. First, the physical barrier. He was short and couldn't see Jesus through the crowd. Second, the social barrier. He was a tax collector, considered a traitor and a sinner. Yet, to see Jesus, he performed an act full of determination and humility, climbing the sycamore fig tree. This action, for a wealthy man of his status, was a public embarrassment. It showed a desperation and a desire for change that transcended honor. And his determination was rewarded. Jesus stopped, looked up, and said, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today." Practical repentance and restitution. The crowd's reaction was judgmental. They didn't believe a greedy man could change. But Zacchaeus' actions silenced all doubt. He stood up and declared, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." This is the power of restitution. Zacchaeus didn't just promise to change. He turned his repentance into a measurable action that exceeded the requirements of Roman law. Restitution is the most concrete evidence of your change. It shows that you are willing to pay the price to restore lost trust, not just offer a shallow apology. Rebuilding your reputation. In modern life, what has damaged your reputation? Broken promises? Wasting others' time? Or a financial mistake? The lesson from Zacchaeus is, you can't apologize your way back into trust. You have to pay back for it. If you've damaged a relationship, invest 4 times the time and attention to mend it. If you've failed at a job, take on double the responsibility without demanding credit. Your ability to change your personal reputation depends not on your words, but on your sacrifice and action to make right what was wrong. Be brave enough to climb your own sycamore tree, showing the humility to be seen. What do you need to pay back in your life today? Are you ready to change your reputation through practical action? Share your restitution goal in the comments below. When fear becomes the ruler, power can create great leaders, but it can also turn a person into a tyrant. What drives a person who has everything to fear so much that they commit the slaughter of the innocent? Today's story is about King Herod, a ruler with absolute power who was controlled by an enemy more dangerous than any army, the fear of losing power. His lesson is a warning about the danger of ambition fueled by fear and how it corrupts a leader's behavior. Herod was not a beloved king, but he had Roman power backing him. His cruelty was most evident when the wise men arrived in Jerusalem asking about a newborn king of the Jews. Herod's reaction wasn't curiosity, it was panic. He viewed any existence that could challenge his throne as a direct threat. That fear led to an incredibly brutal act, the slaughter of the innocents in Bethlehem. This was a completely irrational decision, both politically and militarily. It wasn't an act of strength, but an act of weakness and hysteria. He couldn't deal with an unidentified threat, so he chose to eliminate every possible contingency, killing scores of innocent people. The obsession of power. Another example of fear controlling Herod was his relationship with John the Baptist. Although Herod respected and listened to John, he couldn't tolerate the truth. When John criticized his unlawful marriage, Herod imprisoned him. Ultimately, the fear of losing face before his wife and the pressure from the crowd caused him to order John the Baptist's beheading. Herod is the archetype of a leader completely controlled by the ego and an obsession with maintaining power. He was no longer a decision-maker guided by reason or morality, but one driven to defend his personal position at any cost. Modern application. In modern life, you don't have to be a king to be obsessed with fear. The fear of losing your position in a company, losing your reputation on social media, or losing your family's respect can lead us to make brutal decisions, lying, manipulating information, or eliminating competitors unethically. The lesson from Hight is, true strength is the ability to control your own fears. If you are a leader, ask yourself, am I making this decision for the benefit of the organization, or out of fear of losing my own standing? Don't let fear become your greatest enemy, leading to moral decay and destruction around you. Have you ever seen fear control a leader's decisions? Or have you ever done something you regretted because of a fear of loss? Share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next meaningful lessons. See you again soon.